It's a real team effort, a four-quarter game. We knew going in that it was going to be a battle. San Diego State's a great football team, great football program. Rocky does a great job with them, and they made some big plays on us early in the game, but guys found a way to fight back in the second half and make some of our own, and then defense stiffened up, and so started winning the field position battle a little bit in the second half. Again, Blake punted him down deep a couple times, and but it's just so awesome for our kids and for our staff who work so hard and have so much invested in this to be able to come away with a win like that. Really proud of them.
Coach, 2 years, two conference championship games. What does this mean to you and your football team to get back to the championship game and go from there?
Well, it's our goal going in all the time. Every time we start, and there's a lot of hard work that goes into it, and I've told the team all week this week about we get one opportunity to do this, and all the time that we've invested in this, all the 5:30 workouts we have in the morning, and all the investment we have in this, to have an opportunity like this doesn't come around all the time. And, we were fortunate to be in the position we were in to go into this game, but we knew it was going to be a really hard-fought game, and sure enough, it was. It was a four-quarter battle, two good football teams, and thankfully, we're fortunate to come out on top of this one.
You were hugging players and coaches right at the end of the game there. Any extra emotions there borne out with knowing what you guys accomplished tonight?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's, like I said, that's one of our goals is to try to win our conference, and we've taken one step to that of winning our side of it, our division, and, I'm just really proud of them. We put in a lot of time together, and, I couldn't be more proud of them. You got guys who are playing banged up and hurt, and, you go through the week, and all the early hours we put in, and all, like I said, the investment that's made in this program with these kids, and like I told them after the game, it's not just the winning, it's how they do it with class and integrity. I'm really proud of the way they come to work every single day, the way they work together as a team, and there's a lot of values that go into what we're about, and I think. I'm just really proud of them, that and coaches as well. Coaches did a phenomenal job of getting the guys prepared, and the long hard hours. This was a long hard week, bouncing back after last week against this great football team, and so hats off to the staff and hats off to the players for putting together a really hard week and a lot of preparation. And then to be able to bounce back in the second half and pull it out.
You're only guaranteed 12 games a season, and to now be able to play 14 in back-to-back years. The approach obviously doesn't change, but does the community, kind of impact mean a little bit more to you, that people can get behind this team for another couple of games and just get excited about where Bulldog football is?
I hope so. Yeah, I thought it was a great crowd tonight. I thought they made it hard on the opponent with being loud, and that's what home field advantage should be. And, so I hope the community appreciates our players' hard work. And there's nothing like coming down that ramp when the stadium is like it is, and so it's a great community to be in. I hope the fans can get behind these players and appreciate what they've accomplished. And because it's hard, it's hard to win every week. It's hard to win. Anything can happen, and so I was really proud of the environment tonight that we had in Bulldog Stadium, and I appreciate it very much.
Coach, with the championship game in a couple of weeks, you have a game next week. How do you leverage, or you coach the conference? You want to keep the momentum up. You want to rest some people. Without going into any detail, how do you balance that?
I knew someone was going to ask that question. It's too early to think about that. That's a good question, and we're going to enjoy this one tonight and then figure that out starting tomorrow. I really don't know right now, but it's the obvious question for sure. It's a good question. But next week's senior night, and I think we have like 23 seniors that are leaving here, and so we'd love to send them out the right way. And so to kind of piggyback on the question earlier, I hope our fans will really come out and send these seniors off the right way, because they've invested a lot of time and effort here, have not always had, it hasn't always been easy for them, but they've overcome a lot and earned some success over the last couple years. And it's going to be an emotional week next week for sure for those guys who go down the ramp for the last time.
This might be a question you didn't expect, but could you talk a little bit about the play of Marcus Boyd at center? Because it seemed when he was starting to take control of the game, he was just kind of talk about that because your offensive line seemed to dominate the second half.
Yeah, he's the one in the middle making the calls, and that's a very difficult defense to run on. Stanford rushed for 50 yards against them. Arizona State rushed for 36 yards against them. Boise rushed for 50 yards, whatever it was. Things like that. They're able and capable of doing that. But I thought Coach Grubb, our offensive line coach, did a phenomenal job of going through every look we could possibly get with them because they're moving all the time. There's always moving targets. And so I have to watch the tape, but what you say, I can imagine that's what was happening. On the long run, unfortunately, he got called for a holding call because that was a great, it was nice to pop one through there. But all those guys really did a nice job. All those guys have to communicate so well because there's so many moving parts in there that they all really have to work well together. And you can't chase ghosts, meaning, just because a guy goes away, you can't chase him. You got to trust your guy next to you to keep coming. So the communication obviously was where it needed to be in the second half.
Coach, Grant Trevilian for the Aztecs. In the first half, he was the one guy that seemed to be beating the defense more than any other player. 3 catches for 179 yards, 2 touchdowns. In the second half, he only had 1 catch for 10 yards. Did you change up the coverage of those teams?
No, we just became more disciplined. We had undisciplined eyes. When you go into a game like this and you're so focused on stopping the run, and so sometimes in the safeties try to get a little bit over aggressive to try to come downhill, and our eyes were undisciplined and we let guys get behind us. And credit to them, they had a good play call, a couple of them, and protected the passer well, and the quarterback hit him right on stride. But I think more than anything, it had to do with our eyes not being as disciplined as they should have been.
If you referred to that holding call, how critical was it to respond with another big play right after?
That was huge. That was huge for sure. Because it gave us a score, gave us a little bit of breathing room, and then Coach DeBoer called a great play on the next one, a double move to Keyshawn, and Marcus threw a strike to him. And then line did a great job of protecting because it takes a while. It was a double move. And you always worry about double moves against a team like this because the blitzes come from everywhere. And so they did a nice job of pass protecting, and Marcus stood in there nice and threw a strike to him.
What about Keyshawn's role on that play? That looked like an excellent route to me to just see rushing on the replay a couple of times. What is that route, the catch he made, what does that tell us about Keyshawn and the kind of player?
Well, Keyshawn has a really good feel and a knack conceptually for what's trying to get done. And as open as he was at the top of the route, I'm sure he did exactly what he was supposed to do to set him up. He was acting like he was going to run a flag route or a corner route and then broke back inside. And so with his experience and his knowledge and how he can set people up, he does an excellent job of that. And I thought Keyshawn played a great game tonight, even on the fade balls that we threw to him, that he went up and got him. But I thought he played excellent.
One of the things that stands out to me about him and Keyshawn is his competitiveness. He just refuses to go down, refuses to be tackled. What I guess if you're talking to a fellow coach and they're asking you about Keyshawn,
I think Keyshawn has really grown into that. You know, I can't say, I wouldn't say that he had that mindset about him last year, but I think he's really grown into that guy who understands that he's a big physical receiver and he can use that to his advantage. And I think especially over the latter half of the season here, you've seen that even more with him, of not running out of bounds and trying to get the extra yards and those type of things. So he's a physical guy, you know, and I think he's grown and matured in a way that he understands how he can use that.
You want to have a last question?
Isaiah Johnson had a sack that pretty much pinched the wing tonight. He's been making plays as a featured edge rusher all season. He's put on 30 pounds already since he's in the role. Has any of that surprised you on what he's done this year?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't surprise me. I'm pleased by it. He played receiver in high school, you know, and he was a guy that we were able to get late last year in the recruiting process. He was committed to UCLA, and then when they made a coaching change, they had other plans, and he was a mid-year enrollee for us, and felt like defensive end was going to be the position. We kind of went back and forth whether it was going to be a linebacker or a defensive end. But to his credit and to our strength and conditioning coach and to our nutrition program, he was able to put on good weight. When you say 30 pounds, he didn't put on 30 pounds of fat. He put on 30 pounds of muscle in the right way. And that comes with hard work. That's not by accident. That comes with hard work. And so to see him mature as a true freshman and be in there and play and give us some quality minutes and make some plays, it's great to see.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.